Good morning, everyone. Namaste. The centered theme this time is ecosystem restoration. As you are well aware that the environmental restoration is a need of the hour. We need to restore because now almost all we have exploited the environment to the maximum extent. So this time youngsters and the thinkers, scientists and environmentalists should think how we can reconstruct, remediate the distorted situation that is damage to the core for the better tomorrow for the next generation. As we all are well aware that the ecosystem consists of all abiotic and biotic aspects in the given region. There is a constant interrelation between the abiotic as well as biotic factors that are existing, without which the life cannot be sustaining. Any one part are over exploited, then other will be suffered. The planet Earth has many diverse ecosystems like terrestrial, aquatic, arboreal, underground, forest, rural, urban, and each house has a special ecosystem. If there is little imbalance, then that will cause a dangerous effect. It is that the ecosystem in every environment is highly balanced. This is once again the indication of the disturbed ecosystem. If one is not there at all, if one factor is not there, for example, a predator, then the imbalance in the ecosystem takes place and that generally erupt in an abrupted disasters in the system. As a microbiologist, I find human body as an interesting ecosystem in a microbial perspective. Our body houses diverse groups of microorganisms in every part of our system and being dominant in the gastrointestinal system. And you are well aware that a varying composition and expression of these variations at different stages of life and leading to a significant betterment of the host or human health, or sometimes with a little disturbance in the microbial composition in the gastrointestinal system leading to a disastrous effect. For example, if there is an entry of unwanted pathogenic organism having a dominant role, then we have gastrointestinal problem. And if wanted organisms like probiotics are enhanced in their inputs, placement in the gastrointestinal system, betterment in overall health can be seen. So, overall alteration in the microbial balance in the body system usually result in discomfort or disease to the body. At the moment, the introduction of coronavirus in the society is one such a disaster example where which was not naturally present in our system. Or if you go for the viral taxonomy, it will be something ancient virus which was not so dreaded virus or dreadful virus, but it has become so dangerous to the entire world and that is declared as pandemic, and we are well aware of this. Apart from this, restoring the ecosystem is the international theme which is absolutely relevant looking into what's happening around the world. We must restore our internal and external ecosystem in ourselves as well as in nature. It must be our focus at least for the next 2 decades, because everywhere, every sector of the environment has polluted, and there is the alarming signals that we can see with regard to the cyclone effect or the drought or some imbalance that we frequently encounter in the environment. We have been hearing about the melting of glaciers since several years and elevation of the water level in the sea. And you know, we have polluted sea or the ocean enough. And then how much we are suffering. Ocean is already warning us and threatening human existence. We must remember that we human need ocean or nature rather than other way. Nature doesn't need human being, but human beings need nature. Therefore, there is a dire need for the cleanliness, restoration of the existing ecosystem in a large way, in a scientific intervention by the involvement of youth of the society through education. We are well aware that plastic and other pollutants need immediate management at all levels. Climate change is no more a surprise. It has started impacting our life of common wear in every sphere of life. In addition to that, if we touch upon the agricultural sectors, agricultural operations and inputs need a paradigm shift. Environment-friendly approaches are the only way out through natural way. Therefore, what's our role in ecosystem restoration? As professionals, this is the time to ponder. We have to put a serious thought in this particular direction, for which you have invited number of eminent scientists for their deliberations to have a number of thoughts, their research, such that that could be put into use. Either the proceedings of this particular international conference can be submitted to the government, which can be put into use by thoughtful deliberations and discussions throughout this particular seminar. Bringing awareness among general public is the need of the hour that should be done through our students and ourselves as teachers, such that every house would reach, every home would reach the message that how much the environment has damaged, how restoration can be done, minimum usage, reuse of the materials, such that minimum disposal of the waste from the house, the bifurcation of the wet and the solid waste, and biodegradable and non-degradable waste bifurcation. And these are all the minimum practices that one should adopt at house level, such that minimum waste would be done. And another one threatening societal situation at present we are experiences because of COVID-19 situation, the global pandemic that we are facing. One way the disease is causing dire disasters to the society, and people are suffering like anything. If you take up the environmental aspects of this, the waste that are generated through biomedical waste, the other waste that are generated through this particular pandemic situation is quite dangerous. How these plastic materials, how much these biomedical waste are generated through these procedures or through this particular situation, how it is going to be degraded, how much time would it require? That means added substances to the environment, and that is leading to another one dire consequence in the near future. So we got to think as an environmentalist how to go about it, how environmental friendly methods could be adopted in order to reduce the waste that are already produced and minimum waste production mode, such that we can maintain the ecosystem. Otherwise, one will overgrow, environmental balance will be totally disrupted, and therefore this will result in dangerous consequences. Youth, particularly at institutions and university level, must be able to carry out these substantial responsibility with respect to environmental restoration. In addition to that, there is a great degree of urbanization that is taking place, and deforestation, cutting of age-old trees that are again a dangerous consequences. In this context, urban forest restoration through Miyawaki mini forest generation in different points in the city is again another aspect which everybody can think of. In about a small area or waste area in the city itself, one can make a dense forest within a span of 1 or 2 years, and therefore there an ecosystem of birds or forming their nest, and then insects, and then some different species of plants which could be grown in a very short span of time can be done. So number of cities, for example, in Davangere district administration, even Davangere University is concentrating on making a focal forest in certain areas, such that green would be replenished, and then the city would look better with that particular concept of Miyawaki forest. Reducing dependence on petrochemicals is another one area, and then cycling, usage of bicycles in the institutions, which could be made compulsory, and that will become important aspect in reducing the petrochemicals. With this, since our environment, our ecosystem is so much disturbed, recreation and restoration is the only way out at the moment. So we have to come out of the shell, and we have to work out the strategies such that one would make a plan such that it could be executed at every level, may it be in schools or in colleges or in universities or as public or whoever are interested. One age-old person was admitted to the hospital where he was given oxygen treatment, and then he was after his recovery, he had to pay the bill, and looking at the bill, he started crying. And not because he was poor enough to pay and he was unable to pay, but he was rich enough. But he realized that since so many years without paying any money, he breathed oxygen in the environment. But for only for 10-12 days, he has to pay some 3-4 lakhs. Then he was just thinking that how much money that I have to pay back to the environment since so many years, 70-75 years I have taken the breath from the environment, how much I have to give to the environment. This is though this is a reality or the experience of the particular person, but we have to think about how much the environment is environment is contributing on us, and then how much we are giving back. So everything that is available free in the environment cannot be taken as granted. So we have to think how much we are dependent on the nature and how much we have to give back. With this, I send my wishes through this online conference, that this conference would be a great success, and deliberations coming out of this conference would be highly fruitful, and which will be beneficial to the society and better tomorrow. Thank you everyone for providing me this opportunity, and thanks for the listening few words.